Hey everyone, Akshay here. Welcome back to the Multi-Agent System series. In the last three videos, we have built a solid foundation. We learned what agents are. We created our first agent and we taught agents to use tools. But today we are leveling up. We are building our first multi-agent team where specialist agents work together automatically to accomplish complex tasks. Think about it. When you need a blog post written at a company, do you have one person doing the research, the writing, and the editing? No, you have specialists. And that's exactly what we're building today. Let's dive in. So, first, let's talk about why we need teams of agents. Here's the problem with single agents doing everything: cognitive overload. When one agent tries to research, write, and edit, it gets confused. The context becomes fragmented, the results mediocre across the board. Look at the single agent problems here. Too many responsibilities, context overload, no specialization. Sound familiar? It's like asking one employee to be the researcher, writer, and editor. But with a team, each agent focuses on specific expertise. The researcher becomes really good at finding information. The writer becomes really good at creating content. The editor becomes really good at polishing. And here's the key analogy. Companies employ researchers, writers, and editors, not one person attempting all three roles. Multi-agent systems mirror this proven organization structure. So, when do you use teams? When you have complex workflows with distinct stages, when quality matters, when you need specialization. All right, let's understand how this actually works. Here's the architecture of the Agno team. At the top, you have a team leader. This is the coordinator. It's like a project manager who knows what each team member can do. Below that, you have a specialist members. These are your agents, each with a specific expertise, and the result high quality output from coordinated effort. Now, here's what makes this powerful. The team leader sees each member's name and role clearly, automatically decide which specialist to call, passes context seamlessly between members. You define the specialist, the team handles the coordination. No manual orchestration required. Today's project, we are building a complete blog writing team with three specialists: researcher, writer, and editor. Let's build it. So, before we code, look at this slide. This is critical. When you create an agent for a team, two parameters are absolutely essential. Name. The team sees this and uses it to identify the agent. And the second is the role. This is how the team decides when to use this agent. These aren't just for humans, they are signals that help teams delegate correctly. Okay, so now I'll move on to the code editor. So here I have a video for folder where we'll go through all these code bases one by one. So first, we'll start with the best practice. We will be testing agents individually before creating a team. So as I already said, we will create a blog team where we'll have a researcher, a writer, and an editor. So first, we'll test those three agents individually. So same, I have imported the agent class, I have imported the env, and now I have created a web search tool that will be used in one of the agents. So this is the mock database. You can call any of the APIs you want. Okay, so here we have a researcher agent. So here we mention the name of the agent, the role, expert at finding and organizing information. So basically here the name and the role that I already said earlier are important. So this will let the team know what exactly this agent does. Then we have the instructions. You are a research specialist focused on accuracy, search for information and organize it into clear structured notes. Be thorough but compile, do not write blog posts. So we are giving a set of instructions that this agent will follow. And also we are giving a web search tool. Now let's move on to the writer agent. So here the name writer, the role expert at writing clear, engaging content. We need to be very specific about the role of the agent. to help the team know what exactly the agent does. Then we have given a set of instructions. So here you see there are no tools. The writer doesn't need tools. It transforms research notes into content using only its instruction. Not every agent needs tool. So agents can be written without tools as well, right? Then we have a editor agent. We are given the name editor and the role. Expert at polishing content for quality. Again, no tools, just focus instructions for one job polishing content. Now, let's run this and test each agent individually. So here I am running each agent individually, researcher.run, then writer.run, then editor.run. And I'm passing the response of the previous agent to the next agent. Like the response of this research agent, research result.content is passed to the writer agent's prompt. So let me run this for you. Okay, Python 3, this is 0, 1. Okay, so let's see how it's working. So first, it's running the web search tool, Docker, and what we are research Docker containers and provide comprehensive notes. So it's running the tools for the research agent. Let's see. So these are the research notes. See, these are the research notes. Now research agents is working correctly. Now this output is being passed to the writer agent. Write an engaging blog post based on these research notes. And we have provided the output of this agent to the input of writer agent. So now this writer agent created a blog post draft. Then next, the editor agent. So this draft is being sent to the editor agent. And what's the role of the editor agent? It's expert at polishing content. So it will read the existing draft post and polish it more. It will improve the sentence structure, it will enhance the clarity, it will ensure technical accuracy. It all depends on the instructions we give. So here we have a well-written, polished draft post. See, pretty easy. So this is the best practice. Test each agent individually before combining them into a team. It helps you catch issues early and understand what the specialist does. Now that we know our agents work, let's create a team. So we have seen that our agents are working independently. Now let's get that into team. So same, we have a web search tool. We have defined the agents here, researcher agent, writer agent, editor agent. Now, here's the team pattern. See, we have members, a members keyword. So this is the magic. We are putting all three specialists into a list. Like if you remember, when we create agents, we add tools inside the array. So this is something similar. Inside the team, when creating a team, we add the members of the team inside the array members field. The team leader will coordinate these three agents. Then we have defined the model. This is the team leader's model. Here's something cool. Agents without their own model will inherit this one. We'll explore model inheritance deeply later in this video. Now we have given the instructions. You coordinate a team of specialists to create high quality blog posts, delegate to researcher first to gather information, then delegate to writer, then finally delegate to editor. Return the final polished blog post. So therefore the team leader, not the individual. I'm describing the workflow. Like first it will go to the researcher, then the writer, and then the editor. Now we have show member responses. So this is crucial for development. We will see when the team delegates to each member and what they return. It's like X-ray vision into coordination. So we'll see how exactly the team is coordinating between different agents. Okay, now let me run this. So here we go. The team has started running. Team leader is now coordinating with specialist. So it might take some time. So see, it's delegating the task to the member. Which member? Researcher. Because we have explicitly mentioned to the team that first delegate to researcher to gather the information. So it delegated the task to the member. And what's the task? Gather comprehensive information about Docker containers, including their definitions, features, benefits, use cases, and best practices. So behind the scenes, it might have completed, the researcher agent might have completed his task, then it delegated the task to the member writer, and then it delegated the task to the editor. So researcher, writer, editor. See how these things coordinate. The leader decides which agent to call based on the instructions given to the team leader. So let's wait for a few more seconds and I guess we should see the response. So basically, the team figured out itself that it needed research first, then it passed the research to writer, then passed the draft to editor, and then it will return a polished result. Okay, so I guess it has completed. Okay, so this is the researcher's response. This is the writer's response. And this is the editor's response. Now, this is the final response from the team. This is the final blog post. See how the team automatically, based on the role we defined to the agent, it coordinates between different agents. Okay, now let's test something cool. Let's call the same team. Like, can we say, let's see if the same team can handle different topics. So here is just the same thing. I have created three agents, researcher, writer, editor, and created a block team. And let me see if it can handle different topics. Let's run it. Oh, sorry, it will be 03. Okay, so what I'll do is let's wait for this to complete till it gets complete. Let me explain you the fourth code base that I want to show you. So basically here we'll see the difference, like the importance of show member responses. So here we have defined the three agents and then we have created two teams, team verbose and team clean. So in team verbose we have set the show member responses at true. So when we run this, it will see the delegation as we saw. This is basically for debugging and development. And then in the team clean team, we have set the show member responses to false. So here there will be no delegation that we will see. It will happen in the background, but it will get the response at the end. So this is basically done in production agents, like when we deploy the agents in production. Okay, so you can try this running. You can clone the database code base and try it running. I'll not spend more time on it right now. So it's still running. That's fine. Okay, let me explain you another concept of model inheritance. So this is the final concept that we'll be learning today. Okay, so see, the researcher and the writer agent that I have defined have no model specified, but the editor agent has an explicit model. So what actually happens? Also inside the team, we have defined the model. So we have told the team to use this model. So let's see which agent uses which model. We'll run this code and see which agent uses, we'll initialize the team, and then we'll see which agent uses which model. Okay, so member model inheritance, researcher. So here we have the researcher agent. Here we have no model specified. So what it does, it inherits from the team. Now, in the team, we have defined the model GPT-4o. So it inherits from this team. Same for writer. We have not set the model, so it inherits from the team. Now, in the editor, we have mentioned the model explicitly inside the editor agent. So it does not inherit from the team, it keeps its own model. So agents without models inherit from their team. Agents with explicit models keep their own. So this allows flexible cost performance optimization. So this lets you change all models at once at a team level or optimize individual agents for specific needs. For example, you can use GPT-4o Mini for simple tasks or cheaper tasks and GPT-4o for complex reasoning. This is for better quality. Okay, so before we wrap, let me just give you five critical best practices while developing multi-agents. Let me go to the slide again. Okay, so follow these proven guidelines to build a robust, maintainable multi-agent systems that deliver consistent results. First, test the individually first. Test the agents individually first. Always verify each agent works alone before adding to the team. We could have tested our researcher, writer, and editor separately. I have got that code for this in the GitHub repo, so you can do it yourself. And you have already seen that I have did it. Now, define clear specific roles. Remember, roles guide delegation. Expert at finding information is way better than just researcher. So the role is the most important part that helps the team to understand what exactly is the role of the agent. So for better coordination, if we do not define the roles exactly, then coordination will not happen properly. Like the team might get confused, the team leader might confuse as to which agent I should assign to. Then single responsibility. Each agent should only do one thing. Don't make your writer also edit. Like here we have defined two different agents, the writer agent and the editor agent. So we have given two separate tasks. If we have assigned a single agent that did both writing and editing, then it might have not done too good or the quality might have been compromised. Now, fourth, use show member responses. During development, this is gold for debugging. Turn it off in production. Then start very simple. We start with three agents. Don't build a 10 agent team on day one. Start with two, three, learn the practice, then scale. These aren't just tips, these are lessons learned from building production multi agent systems. All right, let's wrap up. Today, we have built our first multi agent team. We have three specialists working together automatically to create blog posts. Next, we'll going deep into advanced patterns. Router teams respond directly, structured outputs, model inheritance. These are production patterns you will use in real systems. But here's your challenge. Build your own two to three teams. Code reviewer, recipe creator, email writer. Whatever you have built, I want to see it. Drop a comment with what you created. If you have built something today, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want video 5 on advanced patterns. And seriously, comment your implementation. I read every single one. All the code is on GitHub. Link is in the description. You can also find me on Substack for written tutorials and deeper dives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we build router teams and structured outputs.